Terry McLaurin, wide receiver for the Washington Commanders, signed a 3-year, $70 million extension yesterday, making him allegedly a top 5 highest paid receiver in the NFL. I don't know where people are getting this information from, because if you just do a little Google search, you will find that per year basis of $23.3 million is actually 7th behind Stephon Diggs. I mean, you could look at the charts. I'm not lying to you. This is Big Deke News reporting right here. But if they're talking about maybe the guarantees and that portion of it, then they might be right in saying he's top 5, because he is at $53.15 million in guaranteed and $28 million at signing. The comparisons are already in. If Terry McLaurin's getting this type of deal, what type of deal is Diontae going to get? And I do think there are good reasons to think this way, because when you look at the overall production throughout the first 3 years of both of their careers, Terry McLaurin has 3,090 yards receiving, 16 touchdowns, 222 receptions, whereas Diontae has 2,764 yards receiving, 20 touchdowns, and 254 receptions. Also has a Pro Bowl and made an All-Pro as a return man in his rookie season. The quarterbacks that have thrown McLaurin the ball throughout his NFL career have been Heineke, Dwayne Haskins, Colt McCoy, Case Keenum, Alex Smith, Kyle Allen, Ryan Fitzpatrick for a game, and also Garrett Gilbert for a game as well. Whereas Diontae had the GOAT throwing him the rock these last 2 years, but in 2019 in his rookie season, he had Ben for about a game and a half, and then had Mason and Duck Hodges for the rest of the way. Is Diontae better than McLaurin? I don't know about that, but I think he does have a case to be in the conversation. And we're talking contracts. That's really all that matters. Will Diontae get Terry's $23.3 million per year? I doubt it, but does he have a legitimate argument to get $1 million or $2 less than that? Maybe even just $20 million? I do think so. But now we are back in this continuous cycle of, does Diontae deserve $20+ million per year? My answer is yes, kind of, based off the receiver market at least, because you have Christian Kirk getting the deal that he got this offseason in the $18+ million range. DJ Moore has the $20 million deal. Mike Williams is getting $20 per year. But then what's weird is you have a dude like Chris Godwin who is also getting $20 million per year, and I think he's a tier above some of these receivers that I just named, and I also think he's a little bit better than Diontae. So where does that leave us? I don't think the McLaurin deal really changes anything for me when it comes to Diontae and his contract. I just think Washington overpaid. Diontae's range, that sweet spot, is probably between 17, 18 million per year, where it makes sense for both him and the Steelers. Make it a 3-year deal, guarantee a good portion of the money. It won't kill you cap-wise over these next 2 or 3 years, and that should give you flexibility if you're rolling with Pickett as your franchise quarterback on a rookie deal. And then when the contract is up, you can decide whether or not you want to keep Diontae or if you want to pay some of the rookie receivers we just drafted. And then also maybe front-load it a little bit, so whenever Najee and Pat are due for their contracts, the Diontae deal isn't really hindering those type of extensions. The question is 17 or 18 million too much for the Steelers? Because just think of what that number can get you. We signed Miles Jack, Larry Ogunjobi, and Levi Wallace this offseason for around 20. And that's depending on what Larry Ogunjobi's final numbers are. It's saying incentives up to 8, but if his contract as of right now is between 5 or 6 million, then that's exactly what 17 or 18 million dollars can do for you. Get you 3 quality starters on defense, maybe even borderline Pro Bowl caliber with some of those names that I just mentioned. And it just makes you think, with all these great rookie receivers coming out in the draft year in and year out recently, is there a wide receiver market bubble happening right now? And I'm sure the Steelers don't want to be on the wrong side of that when it pops. So that is it for Big Deke News. Let me know what you guys think about Diontae and his contract situation. Does the Terry McLaurin deal affect it at all in your opinion? Etc., etc. But that is it. Hope you enjoyed. Stay chillin' and peace.